Look at all this moolah, I got cash now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Polly. I'm back with another video. So today we were gonna do a story time on the birth of my first child. And the topic's gonna be, I almost died. So I laugh about it now. It's not really funny, but at that moment it was just, it was too much. So we'll just get into the video and I'll just do a story time about when my firstborn Zaire was born. So get your coffee, get your tea, get your chips, because I got my little Ritz crackers here. So anyways, let's get into the story. So when the day, the month leading up to my firstborn Zaire being born, the pregnancy was good. It isn't bad at all. I thought it was a great pregnancy. As I got further along, it started, progressing, and I was excited of, my first baby and everything. December, I had to take sick leave off of work and everything, and they started noticing I was bleeding and stuff. And they're like, well, you can't be working no more. You're going to have to stay home. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Bed rest it's okay with me. And I tell you how I love that pregnancy. It was amazing. I fell so much in love with Zaire. Like, my little boy, it's like, he means the world to me. I will probably have a picture, like, up there to... Not up there, but like I'll insert a picture to show you guys my little boy. Like, when I tell you I love Zaire, he's my first baby. He means the world to me. And I always call him my angel baby, and you'll know why. So, they're like, well, you got to be on bed rest and everything. I'm just like, all right, that's cool, because I like talking to my stomach. I like talking to him because it was... like, you're just bonding with the baby. So it was like amazing to me, because every time I spoke to him, like, he would kick me and everything. So it's like he was responding to what I was saying. So I ended up bleeding. I ended up in the hospital. They're like, okay, everything's fine, doesn't look like anything's wrong. So January 12th, I woke up like really early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had like the worst cramps ever in life. It was terrible, and I didn't think anything of it, and I went to the bathroom. My husband at the time, we woke up together. He walked me to the bathroom, and then I went to, I didn't feel like I had to pee, but I guess, I felt like I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom, and then my water broke in the bathroom. And I was calm, I was cool. I was okay. I was like, we gotta go. And then my husband's like, oh, he's freaking out. He's like, oh, we have to go to the hospital. And he's like, all right, let's go. I was real calm. So we pack our bags. I call my family. I call everybody. I'm just like, the baby's coming today. I call my father. My mom and dad was out of town, so they weren't there. So they were actually on their way to come back home. So we ended up driving to the hospital. It was just cramps. It was a period cramp times 10, but I think I was handling it really well. So we got to the hospital. He puts me in the wheelchair. He's like, I'll be back for you, because he had to park the car. So we go in. They got me registered in the hospital and everything, and then they check me, and they're like, okay, you're 4 centimeters dilated. I was like, yes. I was so excited. I was like, yes, the baby's coming. Because I had to be 10 centimeters. I was at 4. I was so excited. I was like, my baby's coming. Yeah. So I was so happy. So they're like, all right, Polly, you got to walk for 10-15 minutes or so to get the labor started. I was like, all right. So we started walking, and when I tell you guys, the hallway was, hospital hallways, it was long. long, massive hallway. So I was just like, all right, my baby is coming. I was so excited, y'all. And then I started walking down the hallway. We were all the way towards the end. And then all of a sudden, I felt something really warm. And I tell my ex, I tell him, just like, look, like, I feel something really warm. He's like, that doesn't sound good. And then he's like, all right, let's get you back to the room. So I was like, all right. So we start walking. And out of nowhere, blood was everywhere. I was spewing out blood like a faucet. When I tell you guys, imagine running water just going. And it wasn't stopping. I kid you not, I did not freak out. I said nothing. I was in so much shock. I said nothing. I was stone faced, like this, like that. I no emotions whatsoever. I think I was in that much shock. I didn't know, my mind wasn't registering what was going on because I was so freaked out. So he's freaking out. He's like, oh my god. And then he calls the nurse. He's calling the nurse. He's like, nurse. And I'm just like, I'm standing there, not saying anything, just walking, trotting along with blood, going everywhere. And I kid you not, the hallway, they had to walk me back down because the hallway ended up being a trail of so much blood down the hallway. So all the nurses ran out and they're like screaming and they're like, oh my gosh. And then they get the wheelchair, put me in the wheelchair, and the wheelchair is full of blood. So they take me to the my room, and then they're like, okay, we gotta see what's going on. They took out the ultrasound thing, and then they started looking for Zaire's heartbeat. They couldn't find it. They're like, oh my gosh, we can't find his heartbeat. We can't find it. He's gonna die. I'm sitting there. That's when I'm just like, and then my ex at the time, was saying, they're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh my gosh, save my wife. And then he's like, please save her, save my wife, save her. And like, he was yelling out to me. He's like, we could have another baby. I was like, and then that's when I snapped out of it. I was like, no, save my baby. Like, I promise you, it was like a movie. I try to laugh about it because, it's not easy. What I went through was terrible, and I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. It was scary, and, it was... Because when you're put in a position where you have to choose who lives and who dies, it's terrible. So he was going, save my wife, and I'm going, save my son, and, everybody was screaming and telling him to get out the room. And then they're like, okay, we got to do emergency C-section. So they run me to the room, and they're like, I'm losing too much blood. They're like, the blood won't stop. It's not stopping. And I literally hemorrhaged. Like, I couldn't stop bleeding. And my nurse, and she knows me so well because I was in the hospital. I'm always in the hospital, so she always sees me. And they're yelling and screaming, like, we got to take him out. He's drowning. And I started crying, but in a soft way. And I'm just like, I was looking at at the nurse. She was holding my face, and she was crying. She was crying so bad. And the nurses are not supposed to cry. They're not supposed to really show any emotions in that way. They're not, because they can freak the patient out, which she did freak me out a little bit because she was crying, so I thought something worse was gonna happen, So she holds my face, and she's like, it's okay, I'm gonna put you to sleep now, okay? And there she go crying, and I look at her and I'm just like, please don't put me to sleep, please. 'Cause y'all, I promise you, I was scared out of my mind, and I truly believed I was gonna die. I felt like my life was going. And she looked at me with the saddest eyes and said, "We're gonna put you to sleep, okay? Because I lost over 2 liters of blood, and if you guys know, we only have 3. We only have 3 or 4 liters, or what are the? I believe it's 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's 3. So I lost over 2 liters of blood, and basically I was dying. So because they couldn't stop the bleeding and they didn't know where it was coming from, and all they could do was tell me, you know, we have to put you to sleep, and then we're gonna have to try and get the baby out. So they ended up putting the mask on my face, and here I go, I'm like, please don't put me to sleep, please, 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 please. And I start crying, and she's crying with me, and I'm like, please. And the last thing I said is, save my son, save him. And that's it. That's the last thing I remember. Lo and behold, I'm here, I'm alive. I'm not sad about it. I'm happy because I'm alive and I'm here. And my angel baby, Zaire came out. You know, they had to pump his stomach and get the blood out of his lungs because he swallowed so much blood. They had to like legit pump his stomach and get all that blood out of his stomach and out of his lungs, and he couldn't breathe on his own. So they told me he was born at 11/11, January 12th, and they immediately put him in a NICU, and he's fighting. He was fighting. He's a fighter. That little boy is a fighter. He is amazing. So he came out 5 pounds 6 ounces, my little prince. So I woke up in the worst pain of my life because they did an emergency C-section. That I like I said, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy, because having a C-section is the most painful thing you can go through, because for me it wasn't prepped. It had to happen. Emergency C-section. You know, they just couldn't do anything or prepare it, so they just cut me open, take the baby out, and try to, you know, close your back. But it's a lot of risk when it comes to emergency C-section, because you're not prepared for it and you don't have the aesthetics and everything that you need to do everything at that time. So I woke up in the worst pain ever in my life. They had a morphine thing, so they had to keep on, my ex had to keep on pumping the morphine in me, because they told me if they gave me morphine while I was knocked out, I wouldn't have woken up, that I probably would have been in a coma. So they couldn't give it to me, so I had to wake up in very bad pain. So that was terrible. But, you know, I was alive, so I was happy. And my son was in the NICU, and then every day I got up. I kid you not, y'all. When you're a mom, you have so much willpower. Doesn't matter what pain you're in, you have so much willpower to go to your baby in the worst pain possible, just to see the baby. And I did that every day. I walked, you know, with my little gurney thing and little long thing, and I walked looking like an old lady holding my stomach, walking to my baby all the way to the other side of the hospital. And you know, it was an experience, and all I can say is praise God. Because they came out alive, and my son came out alive, and he came out perfect. To me, he came out absolutely perfect. And we named him Zaire Odilion Foley. That is his name. So my sister gave him the middle name. I gave him the first name. I suggested his name, and everyone disliked it. And if you look at him, he really looks like a Zaire. He's adorable. So I was obsessed with that little boy for the longest time, because he was my only one, and I just thought he was, everyone says that, but I thought Zaire was the most beautiful child in the world. I thought he was gorgeous, and he was just my angel baby. I forever called Zaire my angel baby because he truly is my angel baby. He's a testimony. He's a gift. He is everything that I could have ever asked for. He's a very good little boy. You know, boys are boys, but he does stuff he's not supposed to do a lot of the time, but you know, like, it's how all kids are. So yeah, y'all, that was story time of when I legit almost died during child labor. So yeah, it was crazy. But the best part is I never had to get blood transfusion or anything like that. And I came out being completely fine except having that C-section. And all I can say is I thank God, because that was probably one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. And I came out of it. Y'all. I did. I'm here. Don't need to clap, okay? I came out of it alive, and I'm really thankful to God for that, y'all, because nobody can say I don't serve mighty God, because I remember when I was on that table where they're about to cut me open, I prayed and I asked God to save my baby, and he did. He saved both of us. So yeah, that is my story time, y'all. And I really hope y'all enjoyed it, because I have a lot more for y'all. And today I'm going to attempt to vlog my sister's birthday today. She's turning 28 on Tuesday, but we're having a party for her today. She doesn't know. So I'm excited because I love her. She practically raised me. So I'm excited because I just want to see the look on her face. But yeah, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in on Polly's World. And I will catch y'all in another video. And don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and subscribe for more videos. Now, if y'all have any suggestions on any story times or anything y'all want me to discuss or talk about, please put that in the comments below, and I will most definitely do that. Yeah, my life is not a mystery or a story, or I need to keep it secret. I don't care too much. So I just like to inform people, or maybe my story will help others or encourage others as well. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me and everything. And I will most definitely catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.